Alright, it is main event time! Here comes the new NXT North American Champion, Dragon Lee.
Introducing first, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, the Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee and former North American Champion Trick Williams are competing in a tag team match, teaming with each other against Titus O'Neil and Gable Steveson. This is a random ass thrown together tag team match by NXT management. When the scheduled match tonight was supposed to be Dragon Lee versus Trick Williams, but NXT management had other ideas. And here comes Dragon Lee's tag team partner for tonight, former NXT North American Champion, Trick Williams. Trick Williams didn't even lose his championship. Dragon Lee pinned Mark Andrews this past Sunday at NXT Great American Bash to win the North American Championship. Trick Williams wasn't even the loser of the match. So Trick Williams is definitely using his rematch clause at NXT Heatwave, and I do not blame him. Trick Williams looks pissed off tonight. He's even more pissed off that he has to team with Dragon Lee. And here comes one of their opponents, Mr. Titus O'Neil.
From Live Oak, Florida, weighing in at 270 pounds, Titus O'Neil.
And here comes Titus O'Neil's tag team partner, Gable Steveson.
And from Apple Valley, Minnesota, weighing in at 265 pounds, the Superstar.
Gable Steveson is a 2020 Olympic gold medalist. It's Dragon Lee and Titus O'Neil starting this match off. Connor, who's your prediction to walk out of the main event of NXT tonight, the winner? Or the winners? Is it NXT North American Champion Dragon Lee and Trick Williams? Or is it Titus O'Neil and Gable Steveson? Well, because Dragon Lee and Trick Williams have issues, I'm going with Titus O'Neil and Gable Steveson defeating Dragon Lee and Trick Williams. German suplexer by Titus O'Neil. Whipping Dragon Lee into Titus and Gable's corner. Bulldog there by Titus. Cover on Dragon Lee. 1. And Dragon Lee kicks out at 1. Gable Steveson gets tagged in. Steveson drops his leg onto the knee of Dragon Lee and a cannonball. And you gotta think, Nathan, if either Titus O'Neil or Gable Steveson defeat Dragon Lee, they earned themselves an NXT North American Championship match later on down the line. Yeah, I don't agree more. Titus O'Neil gets tagged back in. Turning his attention to Trick Williams' spear off the apron. And Gable Steveson turning his attention to Dragon Lee on the outside. Dragon Lee gets back in the ring at a count of 2. Titus O'Neil running STO. Dragon Lee with a kip up. Whipping Dragon Lee into the corner. Big clothesline, but Dragon Lee counters with a double boot to the face. And a tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana. Another tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana to Titus O'Neil. Ooh, poetry in motion there by Dragon Lee. What? Trick Williams just leaves. And Gable Steveson gets tagged back in. Pop-up slam there by Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson up to the top rope. Diving splash cover on Dragon Lee. 1, 2, and Dragon Lee kicks out at 2. Titus O'Neil gets tagged back in. O'Neil picking Dragon Lee back up. He was looking for the clash of the Titus, I believe, but Dragon Lee counters. Titus O'Neil with a power slam, just yeeting Dragon Lee across the ring. Dragon Lee with a dragon screw. Dragon Lee with a dragon screw. He might be looking for that. I don't know what this move is called. But he connects with a cover on Titus O'Neil 1. And Gable Steveson using up his breakup to break it up at a count of 1. Alright, Titus O'Neil and technically Trick Williams and Dragon Lee all have their breakups still. But I don't think Trick Williams is coming to break a pinfall attempt up from on Dragon Lee anytime soon. Gable Steveson gets tagged back in. Big power slam by Titus O'Neil. And a gourd buster onto Gable Steveson onto Dragon Lee. And Gable Steveson setting up for his finisher. But Dragon Lee able to counter. Here is the Dragon Bomb. The Dragon Bomb connects. Cover on Gable Steveson. 1, 2. Gable Steveson kicks out at 2. Dragon Lee picking Steveson back up. And here's a second Dragon Bomb. No, Steveson counters. Goes under the back of the neck. And Titus O'Neil gets tagged back in. Clash of the Titus. 1, 2, 3. And Titus O'Neil and Gable Steveson have defeated Dragon Lee and technically Trick Williams. But you gotta think, because Titus O'Neil got the pin, that Titus O'Neil earned himself an NXT North American Championship match later on down the line against Dragon Lee. But that wraps up tonight's edition of NXT, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow for NXT Level Up live from Maryland. I don't know where in Maryland yet, but I will be there in Maryland.